you're also someone who's very interested in poetry and spoken word. Is it, well, the question would be, do you think it's inevitable that if you're from Lucknow, you will have a love for poetry? Because it feels like poetry is in the essence of the city, whether it's in the Awadhi architecture, the Rumi Darwaza, Imam Bara, or in the Urdu language. It's just got this very lyrical, whimsical cadence to it. And of course, it's very poetic at its nature itself, or directly under the influence of great poets like Mirza Dabeer, Mir Anis. Do you think if I was from Lucknow, it would be impossible for me to not love poetry?
I think you would definitely be a dabbler. So honestly, I very often say this. I am a connoisseur of poetry. I'm an enabler of poetry. I'm a very small poet myself. मैं बहुत पहले बहुत कुछ लिखता था. अभी भी हाल फिलहाल में pandemic में I had written one poem in English, I remember. I wrote a couple of poems in Urdu and Hindi once, long. And again, as I said, I'm that creator who suddenly indulge one side of him. But what happens is, again, see, you're in an environment जहाँ पर मुजफ्फर अली हैं, right? And Muzaffar Ali, in my growing up years, had just made Umrao Jan. So Lucknow was suddenly this beautiful, what is this gorgeous place called Lucknow? Which nobody had discovered. And Umrao Jan की poetry, और अगर Umrao Jan की poetry पता करनी है, तो साथ साथ आप जो कह रहे हैं कि भाई इतने सारे और poets हैं, जावेद अख्तर लखनऊ के बगल से ही हैं, ठीक है, जानिसार अख्तर उनके father, कैफी आजमी, so there are so many associated people, and see, then it just spreads, because यूपी में तो इतने पोएट्स थे और इतने राइटर्स थे, एंड possibly because the arts were deeply encouraged. See, Wajid Ali Shah was a big, I mean, the entire Nawabs were all very indulgent of the arts. And for that reason, everything there was encouraged. Bahadur Shah Zafar himself was a poet. So he encouraged people. So I think that you need if you see in the Chola dynasty, they were very fond of architecture, which is why all the great temples came up at that point in time, right? Down south. Similarly, when the Mughals were here, they were also very passionate about building. So look at the monuments that they had built. So I think there is always this, every place has it. But yeah, the short answer to what you said is yes, you would have definitely had an affinity for the arts and poetry for sure.